Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss other common Salesforce Apex error, that is, list has no rows for assignment to S objects. This error is very common when working with SOQL queries, especially for beginners. So let's understand what it means and how to fix it. But before that, we will discuss these points. What is exception? What is list has no rows? Why it occurs? And how to fix it? And what is the best practice? First, what is exception? Here, you can see this is flow-based explanation. So, it means like when everything is running smoothly and suddenly an issue occurs, the execution stops and an exception is thrown. So, what does this mean? Let's understand with a real life example. You insert a card and enter your PIN in ATM machine and you request 500 rupees, but your balance is 400. The machine stops the counting process and no cash is dispensed. The screen throws a message like insufficient funds. So you can relate this process with the exception. What is list has no rows for assignment to S objects? In Apex, if you query directly into a single S objects variable like account or contact, Salesforce expects exactly one record to be returned. If the database finds nothing matching your where clause, it cannot assign nothingness to that variable, so it throws this fatal error. This error occurs when we try to assign the result of a SOQL query directly to a single object, but the query does not return any records since no data is found. Salesforce throws this error. Let's check this in the developer console. Here, I'm writing a SOQL query and assigning the result directly to a single account object. Now, when I execute this code, you can see that error is thrown like this. This happens because there is no account record with the name ABC in the system. Since we are assigning the result in single S object, Salesforce expects exactly one record, but the query returns zero records, which causes this exception. So now moving to solution, like what we can do to fix this. Instead of using a single object, we use a list. Now, if I execute this one, you will notice here that no error is thrown. Instead, we get an empty list, which means no records were found, but the code runs safely. But why code running safely? What list did here? Basically, list can hold 0, 1 or multiple records. And you are not getting any records. So list can manage that and that's why it is not showing error. Now let's check the is empty uses. These are the few points that we need to keep in mind. Logical control, preventing errors, code readability. And logical control means like it allows you to skip some operations like loop or calculations when there is no data to process. And for the preventing errors, collections checking is empty prevents logic from running on an empty set of records. Code readability. It is more descriptive than checking list.size equals 0, making the intention of the code clearer to other developer. Here is the scenario without is empty. Let's say we want to create contact records for each account returned by this query. Let me debug this one first and show you. Here the list is empty, so the loop will not execute at all and no contact records will be created. The code will run without error since we are using the list instead of single S object. But the expected result will not be achieved like we want to insert the contact. Let's check the side which is empty and that is the correct approach. So to make our code reliable and safe, we should always check whether the list contains data or not before using it. So this will check if the list is not empty, then this loop will process further. Otherwise, it will skip the insert part and move to the else condition since there is no record. Okay, so debug this one as well. The else debug is on the screen. It means the list is empty and the loop will not execute with that condition. The important point is using a list prevents the exception. But checking is empty ensure that our logic executes correctly. Without this check, the code may run successfully, but it may not produce the expected result. What is best practice? To avoid this error in real projects, always follow these rules. Never assume SOQL will return data. Like this error is not because the code is wrong. It's because our assumption about data is wrong. Next one is avoid assigning directly to a single object and always use list when data may not exist and use checks like is empty before accessing data. All these things we have discussed already. And the quick summary will be like this error occurs when a SOQL query returns no record, but we assign it to single object. The best solution is to use a list and check if data exists. Single object expects data exactly one record, but list can safely handle 0, 1 or multiple records. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share and subscribe to this channel. In the next video, we will cover other important Salesforce error. Thanks for watching.